Blue Moon Mark II crew lander is on its final approach to the moon's south pole. At 16 meters tall and 7 meters wide, it is nearly 3 times the size of Apollo's lunar module of the 1960s. But unlike Apollo, this entire vehicle can land, return, and be reused for another mission. While in orbit, Blue Moon is in constant daylight and never passes in the moon's shadow, so it slowly rotates to evenly distribute the heat from the sun. 4 massive radiator panels open up like a flower to remove heat from the cryogenic hydrogen and oxygen fuel. These panels can keep the hydrolocks as cold as negative 253 degrees Celsius for months at a time. But now it's time to leave orbit and head for the surface. Blue Moon's legs extend to prepare for touchdown. 3 BE-7 engines ignite, each delivering 4.5 metric tons of precise, deep throttling thrust. Our astronauts have come a long way and are now 380,000 kilometers from home. Over the next 30 days, astronauts will live, sleep, and work within this lower habitation module. An airlock and front porch provide easy access to the moon's surface. Solar arrays provide power, initially from the sun-facing side of the lander, but more panels can be installed on the surface after landing, and can even be manufactured right here, using lunar regolith. There are craters here at the South Pole that have never seen sunlight. If water ice is anywhere on the moon, it's going to be here in these shadowed craters. And unlike any other crewed lander, Blue Moon can refuel using only water, a reusable lander for the future. Once a week, Blue Moon will have an opportunity to return to Gateway, where it'll await its next lunar adventure. Hey, thanks for watching. This was a different kind of video for us. It was really fun to be able to bring this single image from Blue Origin of their new Mark II crew lander to life with my brother Andy specifically. Right now, Blue Moon is scheduled to land with Artemis 5 sometime probably in like the mid 2030s. The tricky part, honestly, was Blue Origin just hasn't released a whole lot about this lander. And we were studying every single little pixel of this image, trying to figure out how does this lander work. So we spent many months just researching and modeling and rigging and going back and forth. Andy can tell you all about that process.
Hi, this is Andy. I am the 3D animator behind this project. Even though there's only one image that we had to work from, I was excited about the creative freedom that we would have with how the lander works, what would be on the lander. So I want to take you through how we took a shot from Jared's initial storyboard to a final image we used in the video. He would give me this storyboard format, and this image kind of guides where I should place the cameras and what animations I should make for that particular shot. So then I would bring that into Maya. I would kind of animate whatever he wants me to do so I can kind of move everything around just the way we want it to get the right shot. And then once I have this animated the way I want to, I brought it into Unreal Engine and would drag the lander into place. And then if I pushed play, you can kind of see. So here's the ladder and it's coming out. So the animation just kind of applies directly to the rig.
Andy lives about 3 hours away from me, so he was cranking out shots and then we would review them over FaceTime. I would make notes, draw on them. We would redo the movements or the camera work or whatever. I think closer. I think it needs to be tighter because the shot I'm coming from is the porch orbit shot that you've done. And then once he finished the shots, he would hand them off to me for compositing. Things like the Gateway station in that final shot when you're kind of like looking up into space at Gateway passing you. Now Gateway, I made it significantly bigger. I don't even know that the astronauts would be able to see it from the surface of the moon. It's a lot bigger in this shot than in real life. You know, International Space Station, if you're standing on Earth and you're looking up at the International Space Station, you can see it really well. It is about 400 kilometers above the ground. I think Gateway would be about 3,000, maybe even 4,000 kilometers above the surface of the moon from the astronaut's perspective here. It's also a lot smaller than the International Space Station. I don't know that you would be able to see it. And if you can, it would be very faint. But of course, it's not all about realism, you know, kind of movie magic. So this is a really fun video, totally different than the kind of normal stuff that we do here on Digital Astronaut, but super fun to collaborate with my brother Andy Belcher on this project. If you don't follow him on Instagram, I would encourage you to do that. He's always posting work he's doing, projects he's doing. He's an animator on a video game that's coming out soon. He's a super talented guy. Follow him on Instagram. I think he's at Andy Animates. I don't know, I'll put it up there. And thanks Andy for working on this project with me.